Good morning, sir. This is Anil Yadav in front of you, and I have done my graduation from Life Sciences stream from Mathura itself, from Agra University. And I am just preparing for UPSC for a long time.
Okay.
And now I'm just hoping that I will get one kind of a particular service which I deserve to be in that, and I want to serve the nation in my full capacity.
Okay, that's your aim, right? Fine. So, your full name is Mr. Anil Yadav,
Yes, yeah.
right? So, Anil, please let me know that what all have or what kind of preparation have you done for your UPSC?
Yes.
Please focus on that.
Yes. Sir, as per the demand of the UPSC examination, as it is known as the very toughest examination of the national wise, it comes on the first rank. So for that examination, we have to dedicate ourselves in completely. It is not about the half attention which you are giving to this examination, and this examination doesn't require that hard work. It doesn't. This examination doesn't require your laziness or laziness in your daily basis. You have to devote yourself particularly for approximately 10 hours or 11 hours on the daily basis. That's how it can be productive. Otherwise, because if you don't do this much of time to this preparation, so it means you are not meeting the expectations of the UPSC syllabus itself and UPSC also.
Okay, good. So, Mr. Anil, I want to know that during the learning of your or the preparation of your UPSC, did you commit some mistakes or were there some blunders? Please let me know about that.
Yes, sir. During the preparation of my UPSC, when I thought to prepare for this examination, so I used to face so many problems, like emotional problems. I used to face that what suppose that if I was from science background, I was not good at humanities or in humanities subjects, so it was completely new stream for me to just be familiar with those subjects. So it was emotionally making me sometimes weak. So I could not control, or I could not muster the courage to prepare for this examination.
Okay.
But after some times, when my brother got me admitted in a particular one institution, and it was from Hindi medium, but they were preparing the students for the UPSC itself. So I just devoted myself particularly for 1.5 years there. But I was not satisfied because the whatever was teaching there, whatever was being taught to me there, I did not understand there, because I was from English medium, and those teacher used to teach me in Hindi medium. If I had any problem, so they did not used to solve those problems of mine. So within 1.5 years, I got this experience that we should not go where we don't meet our expectations. So in that sense, I can say that I wasted, but somewhere or other I can say this thing that I also invested a lot of time and experience there.
Okay, nice. And I want to know that why did you choose only civil services? What exactly was the reason behind it? Please.
Sir, as UPSC is giving the multi-dimensional opportunities to the UPSC as to the selected candidates to serve the nation in their full capacity or the full capable desire. So not any other services providing that kind of opportunity. Suppose that if I talk about, there are so many lucrative options outside the society. If you are the BTech holder or the MBA management holder, so you are having a lot of options related to the financial stability outside in the market. But that sometimes money doesn't make you satisfied, and you think that somewhere or the
Money doesn't satisfy you.
Money doesn't satisfy. Money is not everything. Money doesn't satisfy you also.
Yes.
And sometimes in heart or internally you have the backlog in your inside your body, that you want to do something in your life for the welfare of the so many good people, but you are unable, and you are bounded in the corporate services, like since morning till evening. You don't get the personal time for your family members, or you don't get the personal time to just interact or to mingle in the so many kind of a cultural amalgamation activities, which can definitely bind you all together in the integration purpose.
Okay, that's nice. Nice to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Anil, I want to know that which is your favorite state in India, and which state do you think that is the best state in India? And also let us know the reasons behind that, please. Yeah.
Sir, as per I am UPSC aspirant, so according to me, I have just opted for the Kerala, because I like the most Kerala, because Kerala is having the high literacy rate, and it is the lap of the nature, we can say, and in which we amuse ourselves very attentively, or we feel very good there if we go there. And after that, if Kerala was one of the state which was
One of the states.
one of the states where the Britishers also entered first, and they just established so many factories there, and they experienced so many kind of spices there, and they exported or imported all together.
Okay.
So that's all about Kerala. And one thing is also that Kerala is the state which is known as the state of water bodies.
Okay.
There are so many water bodies, and especially the contribution of the natural vegetation is also very rich there.
Good.
That's why I like Kerala.
That's lovely. And Anil, which is the worst state that needs development, or we can say progress, or which is the worst state that you think is regressing, or it requires hell lot of development or care or attention? And also let me know who is responsible for that, or I mean, what are the prerequisites, or how can it be taken care? Please let us know about that, please.
So according to me, I must say this thing, that any state can be developed when the ideological thought process of an individual is good.
Okay.
And no state is developed when the people are not collaborating in the all together in a particular dimension or the particular field of direction. Like according
First
to me,
name the state, please.
UP is the state which I will give the rank of the least developed state,
Okay.
because there is a lot of lack of infrastructure activity, and there is a lack of the
So right now, who is the CM of UP? Do you know?
yes sir, I know the CM of UP is Mr. Yogi Adityanath, who
Okay,
has
so
been elected recently.
what is he not doing in UP?
Yes.
Let's say if you had been the CM, so what would have you done in that case if you had been the CM? Please.
Yes, sir. Suppose that, sir, as recently Mr. Yogi Adityanath got elected as a CM in UP twice. So it was his responsibility just to curb or prevent the communal violences which are taking place in his regime, which is not being curbed also.
Okay.
And one time there is
So sorry to interrupt
Yes,
you.
sorry.
I have another question. If you know the conditions are so worse, right? As you said that UP is the worst state, I mean, which is under the development, or I mean the least developed, like that. Then I mean, are the people fool? Why did they elect DCM Yogi once again? Like, please, I want to know the reason from your side. So, what had been the reason that he got elected once again? Please let us know about that.
Sir, as per my knowledge of statistics, which I went through, sir, Yogi Adityanath became chief minister twice because of there was a the consultation from the central government also, because there was the blow of that same power in the UP also. So people were just familiar with this kind of with this personality, that he's a yogi and a hermit sage, so he has nothing to do with his personal life. So whatever he will do for the welfare of the person or the citizens only. So in that case, people might have thought. And one thing is, one factor is very responsible here, the communal figure, the communal figure. The people thought that if he comes in the power, so he will somewhere or the other stop the communal activities in the society, such as the riots related among the Muslim and Hindu people, the enmity which has been existing for a long time since the period of Babri Masjid.
Right.
So it was the expectations. And one thing is also here in northern India, the state elections are being filled with the communal ideology, especially. And if the communal ideology, like take example of UP, Ayodhya and Faizabad, so there was a huge expectations of the people that whenever he will come in power, so he will get the temple constructed at any cost.
Okay, now I want to know from your side, what would you say about the mentality of those people who are ready to go in this, communal activities at the cost of development? As you mentioned, that development is not there, but just because of the communal activities, right? People are ready to vote for the CM. Okay, so now, I mean, what would you say about these people? I want you to please let me know about the mentality of people who are ready to lose the development at the cost of communal activities, please.
Sir, I can say this thing that people were just derived by their communal ideology.
People are driven.
Driven with their communal ideology.
Okay.
Most of the people are driven, especially in UP. And if you just ask for the real interpretation of something, so they just have the influence of their particular source. They don't just go through those statistics which are being proven by the central government or the state governments or by the respective opposition parties, that whatever the developmental activities are conducted by this present government, so that were also being conducted in the formative government. But those activities are conducted somewhere or there. There is a what should I say, the compromise.
Okay.
There's a compromise from the different communities, so different communities being discounted.
Okay.
And sometimes if it is asked from Mr. Yogi Adityanath that what do you think personally about the inauguration period of Masjid, would you like to go there? So he said this thing that as a yogi I would not go there, but as a chief minister I would like to go there. So it is not like that. Suppose that if you say this thing, so it is somewhere or the other it instigates that fire, it kindles the fires in the heart of so many different people. So they will apply that some fundamental applications which as a minister, if you state something negative as a chief minister, but you are on the authority, so everyone will respect your statement that you are the chief minister, so it means you have something, so you have some courage to speak like that.
Nice. Anil, I want to know about a major weakness of yours. Please let me know about that. Yeah, a big weakness of yours.
Yeah.
Please.
Sir, my major weakness is that when I don't meet my expectations, so I just curse a lot of me on myself only, and there's a one kind of a element of the short temper also. So I get hyper a lot very early, but after that I just get myself cool down also very soon.
Okay. So what do you do to just be cool or calm? How do you handle?
Sir,
How do you overcome?
sir, I overcome by applying that process. Suppose that if I have made target to achieve so many targets in my life, so in a particular day, so first of all I would devote myself completely to that particular targets. Otherwise if I don't devote my particular target, so it is known to me already that if I don't devote, so I will be unable to complete those targets, so it will never give me the frustration phase. So that's how I overcome, and sometimes I always interact to those people who are not toxic to me.
Okay, fine. That's what you do, right? And do you think that, or don't you think that this problem of yours or this weakness of yours will hinder, or even if you get the job, first it will hinder in terms of selection.
Yes.
And if it doesn't hinder in terms of selection, it will hinder when you succeed to get this job or in your work, or because in terms of this UPSC, you actually need to be cool, calm, sometimes aggressive as well.
Yes.
But there are certain conditions, right? So now please tell me, how would you handle this if selected? Please tell
If
us.
selected, if I'm selected.
Yes.
Sir, if I am selected as a civil servant in India, so sir, I would have the two kinds of attitude, in like a democratic attitude or the bureaucratic attitude. As per the demand of the bureaucratic attitude, we have the right to be aggressive.
Okay.
Aggressive, but for the reasonable questions, reasonable problems, not in a very cool manner, or not in a very calm situation that you are going to be aggressive. You are just showing your power to the marginal person. No, we cannot be aggressive in that sense. We can be aggressive in that sense when our subordinates are not fulfilling our desires or our orders. So in that case, we can overcome. And if you talk about the democratic attitude, so as per the democratic attitude, it will be the duty of the people to make me instigate or provoke that I might be aggressive, or I might take any kind of a negative action in the capacity of the welfare of people, or which will have the negative repercussion. So by which I can be also suspended. So I have been taught like that.
I got it. Okay, fine. And I also want to know your opinion about Constitution. You must have read Constitution,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
So when you read Constitution, I want to know that, do you think that the Constitution is absolutely perfect, or does it require some overhauling? Because it was constituted at that time, at that period of time, right? So after passage of time, I mean, are there certain setbacks in the Constitution? And suppose if you rewrite the Constitution, then what changes would you like to make? I want to know from your side. Please let me know about it.
Sir, absolutely. The constitution was written at the particular time when the people were not aware a lot much.
Okay.
But the expectations of the people were met at that particular time.
Okay.
But now, as the state is evolving, state in the sense nation, I'm talking about the government, nation, India state. So, as per the state is evolving in the evolving manner, so it is evolving day by day. So, we have to meet the expectations also. Suppose that the main framer of the constitution is Mr. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I do not have any kind of personal grievances with his personality, but this person himself stated, if I find the constitution is being misused, so I shall be the first to burn it.
Okay.
So Mr. Ambedkar stated this thing. So nowadays constitution is also being misused by so many different communities in India.
How?
Like suppose that if I just talk about, there are so many marginal sections in India. I will not name the category, but there are so many marginal sections in India who are not reaping the benefits which is the constitution is guaranteeing to them.
Such as
Like if I just talk about the weaker sections, SC and STs and OBC categories, and there are some categories in, so there are some people or the community in general category even.
what is there which they are not getting?
Sir, suppose that if the person is belonging to the particular category, so he is under the vision of the constitution, that constitution is considering it as a schedule because it is not reaping the benefits from the central government. They do not come in the mainstream society.
Okay.
So we want to bring those people in the mainstream society so they can participate in the equal sense in their education or in their social welfare. So that's all about.
Okay.
But what happens, sir? There are so many.
But they are getting the benefit of reservation. Then, if they come in the mainstream, they would lose the benefits. Then, in that case,
Sir, but like government's aim was to just bring those people in the mainstream to by providing reservation only.
Okay.
But they are misusing that reservation policy in that like without meeting the expectation of the constitution. Constitution says that if we find any kind of a particular person who is marginal in the education sector or socio-economic background is there.
okay.
The weak socio-economic background is there. So the Constitution of India is bound to give the additional facilities to those particular people to bring in the mainstream society. But sir, in a particular family, if you got a reservation reservation fruit, so what will you accept? You will expect that your ward should also get the reservation facility. But it is not actually. But it is actually happening. The reservation benefit is not being reaped by those people for whom it was made.
Okay. Fine. Okay, Anil, yeah, I mean, you tried your best to answer the question, and to a great extent, I had been satisfied as well, right? I liked your ideas to a great extent, and only the thing is, like, in terms of, like, when I asked you the question that what is your weakness,
Yes.
then I already knew that your weakness is, like, you are a little short-tempered. And it doesn't mean because I know you personally now, because we have spent a long time, no. Just on the basis of this interview, when you speak, so your tone goes high, right? And in spoken, it reflected that you go hyper. Okay, that's why I asked this question, and I was expecting the same, that you would say I'm little short-tempered, right? So yes, in spoken it reflected. So you have to just control it. Next time, when you even in your spoken, it should reflect. Because being an interviewer, I could clearly see this person is short-tempered. Okay, so obviously when you would go for your interview, they would also clearly get to know that this person is short-tempered, and they may ask you the question to instigate you, and in order to see is this person really a short-tempered person, right? So they would be asking you the questions like this. They would try to instigate you, right? This is the only thing. And next time you have to just little control your pitch.
I will definitely do work.
Okay, so that was it. Otherwise, it was fine. It was nice. Okay, and I will ask you several questions later as well, like this, because we will try to cover as many questions as possible, right? So we will be right back after a break. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome.